This is different, right? I just got back. Well, for the first time. I'm at a Hilton. Looks like a good place to be murdered, honestly. Went to my cousin's wedding. And it's weird because I remember when he was born. I remember hosting like a child fight club at one of the Memhoonies. And he was the baby and he was beating up his older brothers. We were all laughing. He was punching him in the face as hard as they could, but they just laughed it off. Now he's a dentist or something. Pedro, when is your turn? Eligible bachelor. Everybody fuck off. Went to the wedding, left earlier, then went out. Everyone at the wedding is 10 years younger than me. Well, the like people my age, right? And then the people my age are married or having kids or something. And I didn't feel comfortable. It's like I can't jump up and down listening to Titanium because that's the song that was playing. Like I was watching David Guetta play that as the fucking Russian mafia beat the fuck out of me. Bad memories. That song's from 2011. That's like their Barney song. These were children in 2011. Weird. So like, come dance. It's like, you know what? Could I pretend? Yeah, I think I could. But I don't want to. Saved it. So I was thinking, I'm not drunk, although I'm acting like it. I'm delirious. I'm really tired. Nothing's wrong with me. Other than autism. So, at the wedding, I heard how the bride and groom met. Groom is my little cousin. Bride is, according to him, someone he met in Spanish class when he was 16. When his brother went up and made a speech, brother said, he swears they met Halloween night and that he introduced them. And he said that he's been telling that story 100 times to 100 people in front of them and they've never corrected it. So he did a poll. How many of you believe it was Halloween night? How many believe it was Spanish class? The wife said Halloween night. Homeboy said Spanish. I'm observant. I just witnessed this recently in my life. I was at church, not like a physical place, but with people that I have church with. talking about like a tumultuous period of time, heightened emotion between me and another church member. And it was so interesting because I was like, everything you're saying is exactly wrong. You're so fucking wrong. Like all these, you have like pieces of truth that you put together to make a big picture that's exactly wrong. None of that is fucking. You're misrepresenting the truth to validate your feelings. Because I feel like I have a pretty good memory, especially if it's. Oh, maybe I should record everything I say to refer back to. But made me think like I must be so sure of things that happened to me too that I might be misrepresenting or remembering in a way that allows me to hold on to my feelings about it. It allows me to suffer. So I wonder if that's what's happening. In my case, it's suffering. In their case, it's just like, oh, here or there, doesn't matter. Love. It was a cool story to be 16, date the same person for 12 years, and then marry him. That's really rare, especially on the coast. In the Midwest and shit, you'll see people married at 18. But these kids grew up together. It's a good story. Good story. However, would you watch their movie? You'd be so fucking bored. That's it. Oh, we were just. Oh, this came with a fucking toothpick. Thank you so much. Sticky. Thank you, Topanga, the finest. Free flosser included. It's definitely a toothpick, but. So, what's my story? Pretty fucking interesting, I think. What's our story? So, the funny thing is, with the other member of church, we're talking about things that hurt us both that weren't even that long ago, so this year. And then we were laughing about it. And then somehow it made us closer, even though that resentment somehow still lingers. We were laughing about it. Like smiling and saying fuck you. You know? Weird. Now, similarly, so I must be learning a lesson. With work, something happened like this. I met this guy through work. claims he's spiritual. Something life-threatening happens to him. We get together for dinner. He's basically telling me that he's afraid. Telling me that he might be targeted or followed because of the things that he posts online. Because he has money, worried about his girlfriend, worried about his safety. Swore someone was following him home the other day. So I was like, rolling up my sleeves and like, let me explain to you about spiritual law, friend. So, in explaining to this motherfucker spiritual laws, we know two mutual people. So, first off, I told him to be careful with who he hangs around, who he shares energy with. He says, I feel like you're hinting at someone. And I was like, I am not, but I see what you think I think, but I promise you that's not it. But he like pushed it in that direction. I was like, okay, well, I was always wondering, why aren't you closer to these people? Well, I'm fucking smart. I don't want to mix energy with every fucking buddy. You know? So I was like, okay. So he went in this direction. Falling into all the soul traps. Posting online, bragging, showing off. Something happens that puts this dude's life in danger. Like, had a wake-up call. I posted a video here where I said, I called it. Like, I could tell by the way he was acting. I could tell by the things I was hearing. He's going to be course corrected. Then it happened. And I tell this motherfucker about it. I journaled about it. I knew it was going to happen. I'm watching it. I'm watching it in real time. I'm watching my rules of the framework of society and spiritual law and God and all this stuff play out. Not just in my life, but I'm watching other people fuck up and then be like, see? Now, there's no judgment or condemnation in that, in noticing a pattern. This motherfucker goes and narcs on me, says, Matt said you're the devil. Matt said you're hiding shit from your wife. Deliberately took it out of context. And it's been bothering me. The thing is, these guys kept it to themselves and still like acted cool with me. I asked to talk to them because I felt like the vibe was weird. Not even that, it was just like I'm watching like them getting sued. I'm watching bad things happen with money, like money bounce from the account. I'm like, okay, I know you don't want to hear this, but I think you're doing something wrong. It's up to you if you fix it or not. I go in thinking like, hey, I'd like to help you, like fix your own problems, fix your life essentially. And they're like, so why did you tell this guy all this? Why did you talk shit on us to all this guy? And I was like, okay, give me examples. What was I talking shit about? You said I was the devil. That's so deliberately taking what I said out of context. Tells me about the guy I was talking to, but I have a business relationship with these people. So this guy going and narking on me is affecting my ability to feed myself, which is another spiritual law. So, not that I hope for anyone's downfall, but I heard that he broke up with his girlfriend. I don't know why. Maybe it's not his fault. Maybe it's unrelated. Maybe that's a consequence of something else, and then something else will happen. He did not tactfully handle, like he threw me under the bus, firmly. I said what I knew to be true. Condemnation doesn't liberate, it oppresses. I, in the best way possible, explained, you see how this happened? You remember how they said this? This is why it happens, and this is how to fix it. Matt said, you're a piece of shit. Spiritual guy. I manifested my girlfriend. Cool. Did you? Should manifest keeping her next time. I'm not one to talk, but people, myself included, want to seem like they're farther than they are. And just because he talks about manifesting an energy and shit like this doesn't mean he's on the same wavelength as me. So as I was talking to him, as I'm looking in his eyes, I'm like, he's one of them. He's exactly who I'm complaining about all the time. I see it in him. Could I have chosen my words more carefully? Could I just avoid talking to him? Yep. But I said what I knew to be true. Give him the ability to see for himself. What he did with that ability, right or wrong, the universe decides, not me. You know? But my intentions are always good. I know now I have a partnership where these guys are afraid to don't let Matt find out. Don't talk in front of Matt. What if Matt says this? Because fucking TMZ over there couldn't shut the fuck up. Do you know what he said about you? Well, here's the thing is, nobody's all bad. And the reason I don't condemn, or you're not supposed to condemn, is it's not me to judge anybody. But if I didn't fucking notice patterns, what the fuck am I doing here? So, Matt, you read us all wrong. We're disappointed in you. Like, the relationship's gonna change, shit like this. Okay, fair enough. The next day, my company gets tagged in an Instagram post. A lawsuit against those guys. Breach of fiduciary duty, fraud, shit like this for $400,000. That doesn't happen to me. Can't make this shit up. You know? We're good people. We don't take shortcuts with money. We would never steal. I didn't accuse them of any of those things. And what I said, and what I probably should express is that when everything's going well, these guys will be your best friend. We're family, we're this, we're that, we're that. But if that changes, I'm under no illusion that I would be kicked out of family. I happen to be useful. I happen to be good at my job. I happen to take care of them. Anyways, it's been an interesting year, life. Whole life's been interesting. So, another thing I caution this narc guy, TMZ, about is mixing your energy with other people. So I learned that having business partnerships, I've just seen it happen. Especially when you're winning, a lot of people want to attach themselves to you. They want to absorb your energy. Let me have what he's having. You're successful, and these guys have a nose for it. You know? And it helps them blend in, frankly. Very cunning. When they were starting out and they didn't have a name, they wanted me to help them build their brand, build a name for themselves, because they're building off of my reputation, which has happened to me many times in my life. So I know when it's happening. Is there a reason to point it out? Call it out? Or just be cautious? I'm cautious. They wanted me to change my address to their shop. And I thought the same thing. It's like initially I was like, yeah, I mean, why not? Well, shit hits the fan and they want to walk away from something. You know, that could fuck my stuff up quite bad. I like being on my own. It's my own energy. It's my own fault when things go wrong. It's my own fault when things go right. These guys have their energy mixed with a lot of people. And if any one of those people are fucking up, you're throwing your hat in the pot with these dudes. Fuck. Too many moving parts, too many partners, too many things to go wrong. And when it's time to clean up a mess, people point fingers instead of cleaning it up. So, for better or for worse, it says 524. For better or for worse, you know, I'm independent. So that's that. Really bothered me. I saw the guy at the gym, TMZ, and he was acting weird, and I knew something was up. It's like, this motherfucker had a boner asking me questions about, what do you think about this? What do you think? How should I do this? How should I do that? And then, where's that same energy, bro? The thing is, if I'm right, I don't have to do anything. That relationship will implode on itself. They'll eventually point at each other and hate each other. The best thing I can do is remove myself from the situation energetically. You know, I tried to make peace with the guys. I'm sure it won't be the same. Probably because I think they know that I see. The end of our conversation, they started to try to convert me to Islam. It's like, not that Shia shit, the real Islam. You know, those political bullshit or whatever. It's like, fellas, you haven't seen what I've seen. You don't know what I know. I can't go backwards. I'm sorry. Some of my best friends are Muslim. Some of my best friends are Christians. Weirdly, the closest people to me are Jews. You'd never know it by the way I talk about them. Fucking Jews. How it's not funny to say that Louis C.K. was talking about how did that joke go? He made a joke about Jews, and he's like, because I'm not scared of the Jews. They're not scary. Unless you're Palestinian, then they're very scary. And like, help us, the Jews are killing us. And we're like, over here like, really? The Jews? We've been smacking them around for years. I didn't do it justice, but very funny. He's Jewish. Well, his dad's side, so I guess not. Enough to do well in Hollywood, and then get me too. Anything else happening that we can talk about? So, there's someone I'm very close with energetically and emotionally and all sorts of ways who is now not in my life. And I don't know how long that will be. It could be forever, frankly. And I didn't have fear of it. Not just because I expected it, but because I think it's the right thing. Like, I have a lot of girlfriends. But if I was in a relationship with someone and those friendships bothered them, I would be tactful and mindful of how I handle those. If the person I'm in love with, for instance, wants me to cut people out, there has to be a good reason. Not to say it's not on the table, because there might be something I don't see. But I already don't keep people around me who don't belong around me. So if someone made the cut after the last few years, there's a reason they're here. So just out of insecurity or something, like, we ain't doing that. I'm not betraying people that have been there for me for someone who might be temporary. But at the same time, like, I understand how if a man dates one of these women, he wouldn't have a problem with me, you know? Even if it was on the up and up. Which in the case that I'm talking about, it might not be. So, I was thinking that I've been through this exact scenario before. And having been through it, not just what I said, but there's more to the story, but I'm energetically in a place I've been before. And I see it differently, which is allowing me not to make decisions based off being hurt, you know? Like, as a statement of fact and advice I would give to anybody, it's like if someone didn't see your value, you should never give them a second chance. Right? Why give someone the chance to disrespect you again? Or, in that on the same wavelength, it's like if someone is keeping you as an option, which has also happened to me. It's like, well, if something better doesn't come back by, then you're my option. It's like nobody wants to be an option either. But then I put myself in the situation because I think that I have been the perpetrator of those things as well as the recipient. So maybe I received karma. But sometimes you don't know till you know, you know? So you kind of have to do things in order. You kind of have to do the fuck up yourself. You can't take someone's word for it. So in this case, the person was actually like seeking spiritual help even. Make a decision for me. It's like, it doesn't work like that. You have to go through this. You have to decide and do things the hard way. And I know that's a hard thing to do, so I don't make it harder. And then also, at the end of the day, whatever's meant to be will be. So when you resist the flow and you might be blocking your blessing, whatever it is. Like, even if it's, if you break up with someone and you want them back, really the best thing you can do is let them go. Because once you're anxious, it makes people avoid it. Like, just at a very simple level. Like, if there's no higher order to things, you're pushing away. There's no one less attractive to someone than like a desperate person. So if you're giving out desperate energy, no one likes that shit. But when we're hurt, we just naturally fall into that. So when you get out of hurt, you can use your empathy. A drowning person isn't looking on how to save someone else from drowning. They're focusing on trying to swim. So we're, drowning in our emotions. We can't think clearly, we can't act right, we can't, and then you can block your blessings, fuck things up. So this person, interestingly, we have periods of time, no contact. Then there's contact. It's kind of slow. It's kind of weird. And then it gets to a new level of deep each time. And back to no contact. It's really strange, actually. Like, just as an observer academically, it's like, what is actually that? What the hell is that? What the hell is even that? Daddy, chill. I don't know if you've seen that fucking weird looking Muppet. What the hell is even that? That was a better response. It was a measured response for a guy that looked like that, as angry as he was, to a thing that said "Daddy chill," whatever that was. Daddy chill. Really funny clip. I don't know what it's from. Type "Daddy chill" in YouTube, you'll see. So, you know what else is weird is YouTube knows exactly what the fuck's happening in my life all the time, and I don't like it. Like, I keep getting suggested YouTube videos that deal exactly with the exact thing that it's like even down to like names. I swear, like one of them was like, oh, I'm getting the name Matt. I'm getting the name this. It's like, what the fuck? Am I being manipulated? How is that possible? I think that like I think that evil entities, let's say, spirits, something, interdimensional some shits, probably run the world, make the evil shit happen, make the wars, the narcissists, the fuck, whatever the fuck they're doing in Hollywood at these parties. And then the technology that we use is so that we ourselves become demons or do things wrong, sin, right? Which is essentially giving energy towards us becoming more and more the devil, which is kind of what I was explaining to TMZ. He just narked on me. Matt said you're the devil. I said, yeah, well, I'm saying you are too, you faggot. I'm saying I am too. I literally told this guy, I was like, who do you think the devil is? It's fucking you, bitch. Have you ever cursed at somebody? You're cursing. You're borrowing from the demonic realm to fucking put someone down energetically. Doing the devil's work for him. You're his minion. So it must follow, right? If we have to give access to the demonic, we have to give them permission, or have to, like, I don't know how the fuck it works, honestly. But doesn't it make sense that the angelic or the good works the same way, where you have to ask for help, or that if you do good, they can use the same type of like mediums like social media. So if you're like scrolling Instagram and then you see 777, scrolling YouTube and someone talks to you about what's happening in your life, like twin flame journeys and shit like this, is like, is this just an algorithm or something else? You know? What a clever thing to put this in. It's a lifesaver. It says all rooms are non-smoking. It says no cigarettes, no vapes, and then no weed. But I tell you, as soon as I open the door, it smells funky in here. Not smoke, but whatever it is worse than smoke. It smells just chemically. I'm so tired. I didn't quite think through that angelic and demonic thing. I'm onto something though. Like that's the beginning of something. It's the beginning of an idea. But I wonder sometimes, like, in my life, it definitely felt at times that there was divine intervention. So it makes me think, like, it must be always accessible, right? Do I just have to ask? Ask and you shall receive? And like tonight, I'm looking at, in order to mix in or fit in, I'd have to drink to like change my vibration, to force myself to be, something I'm not, at least not right now. I went through something today, so it's like I'm not in a dancing mood, frankly. But rather than, and then what? I'll never see these people again. It's like, what's gonna happen? I take my shirt off at a wedding. It's like that was a version of me that would have done that. They did it at clubs, so it's one step away. That's not me. I don't want to do that. Make myself dumb to please random strangers and myself. I don't need it. It made me think also, like, how long does it take to decide to be happy? Isn't that weird? We like hold off on happiness. Happiness happens when I'll be happy when I have this job, this amount of money, this partner. I'll be happy when. Why aren't you just happy now? I bet you if you're happy now, you'd get those things anyways. Which I've tested myself. I know that's the case. I think when we want something so bad, we push away our happiness. We push away right now happiness for the chance, the gamble to have something better. But they're not mutually exclusive. You have happiness now, and it will turn into happiness in the future, naturally. How do you ensure you're happy in the future? Is you start by being happy today. So it was a family wedding, so it's like, I'm sure if it was a friend wedding, I have a friend wedding next year on my 40th birthday. And I'm sure there's no way I wouldn't be dancing there, even if something tragic happens. It's like I'm close to those people. I don't have to pretend to be someone else. I'm very much about comfort. If I'm comfortable, I'm the best version of me. I don't know why I've created so many things that I require to be comfortable. When did that start? Anyways, the wedding was nice. My cousin gave a great speech to his brother, who's also my cousin. And he kept looking at me during his speech. He told me he remembers the speech I did at my brother's wedding, and that was his inspiration. I was like, oh. I was like, you did great. I was smiling at, like, he did a great job. Controlled the room really well. And he was pacing like I did. You have to move. I don't know why. All right. Getting more family time in tomorrow. At least for breakfast. I'm going to take the suit off finally, to clean up and go to sleep. But to follow up on the first thing that I talked about, what happened to us is not what happened to us. It's what we believe happened to us. So, two people recounting the same story and remembering it differently is to hold on to their beliefs about what happened. And what if that belief is all that is keeping you from being happy? Now and the future. That's pretty crazy. Animals don't do that, I'm pretty sure. Think themselves out of good. So, everything I see Robert Edward Grant record now, he says that. And it is true. What happened to us isn't what happened to us, it's what we believed happened to us. So in the case of this TMZ dude, what he believes wholeheartedly that I said, let's get dinner so I can shit on these guys that you're best friends with for some reason. Like, let me just dump on them. That's what he believes. My belief is my intention wasn't bad. I was using examples. I do think those guys are doing some things wrong, frankly. And it's not so they do it the way I want them to do it. It's like the way I see the world is like, how clear can it get? There's going to be a correction. There's a correction. Shocked Pikachu face. Matt's hoping for our downfall. Brother, what? So we're business partners. How do I benefit from your downfall? Like, I'm not even playing, like, I don't play the game that they're playing. I'm on social media. I'm not measuring my dick against anybody else. I don't give a fuck. But everything's a nail to a hammer. It's because my vibes are so high, bro. Okay. The time is 3:21. 3:21 for the layman. Good night. See you in more casual attire. Bye.